days are more eventful. Others, living protected with insurance you can depend on changes your life for the better. We insure the people and things you care about. Not Agency. We'll help you find the right coverage so when life happens, you have the right insurance protection for your family and business. When life happens, live protected. Agency for all your insurance needs.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, December the 6th. We're in the Christmas season right now, and I've got Nick Foster with us from Voluntary Action Center. Good to have you here, Nick.
Good to see you, Paul.
This is a busy time of year for you.
Very busy.
The Christmas program is going on in our community at this point.
Right.
If people still would like to volunteer and help out, can they do that?
Oh, absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers, and we need a lot of people to do this because over the next 2 weeks, this week and over the next 2 weeks anyway, we'll be collecting and distributing all of the gifts and food that comes in. So that means that sponsors come in on Monday and Tuesday, families come in on Thursday. We do that 2 times. We do it twice.
How many families have signed up this year?
We're just short of 950 this year.
For assistance.
Right. So we anticipate we're going to serve over, I haven't heard that number exactly, but it should be over 3,500 people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if it weren't for the Voluntary Action Center, a lot of these people would be going without at Christmas time.
Well, that's right. They manage to get by. A lot of our families manage to get by week to week, month to month. They come to the holidays and it's hard for them to push through. So this program really helps them to get over the hump and to do what they want to do, especially in provision to children.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, when you think about that, you also realize that you said people get by week to week, month to month. All it takes is one extra little something to happen, and then it's thrown the whole apple cart off.
And that's the way that life works. And we all have curveballs thrown at us, and some of us just have more resources to deal with that when they come along. So these little difficulties do make it hard, especially for low-income families like the ones that we serve at VAC.
So if somebody still wants to help out, what do you recommend they do?
Well, they need to call the office, 874-2273.
Okay.
We may still have a family or two that still needs to be sponsored at this point, but there are always other ways to participate. Just a donation to the holiday program would help. It does take a lot of resources to make it happen. And we also look for specific gifts that help to fill in some gaps during the holiday program as well.
Okay. So if you want to help out, the telephone number to call for the Voluntary Action Center is 874-2273.
That's right. You can learn anything you want from giving to volunteering.
Yeah. And cash would be wonderful also.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, that goes a long way, doesn't it?
It does. It makes a big difference.
Nick Foster, Voluntary Action Center, thank you for everything that you do in our community.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
We appreciate it. Now, I want to turn to you and listen to this because this is an interesting segment here. Dr. John Jarstad, good to have you here.
Hi, Paul.
Mason Eye Institute at MU Healthcare.
That's correct.
You were on our program, about a month and a half or so ago?
Right.
And we were talking about something that was brand new.
Right. We had just started bladeless laser cataract surgery, and we'd done our first 6 or 8 patients, I think, at that point.
Yeah.
8 patients.
And you were telling me that you had a lot of people inquire about it because of hearing you on here.
Right. They saw the show and they saw the video that we did, and they came and scheduled an appointment, and several of those patients have already had their surgery. And
are they happy?
They're very happy, and they're very appreciative that they found out about it from your show.
Yeah. So the thing to keep in mind here, as we grow older, we are all growing those cataracts, aren't we?
That's right, yeah.
And at one point or another in our life, chances are we're going to have the cataracts removed.
That's correct. Most people come in when they see glare at night when they're driving. That seems to be the first symptom. They'll see starbursts from the oncoming car headlights and just not feel real comfortable driving at night. And that's what brings them in usually. And many of them are surprised that they have a cataract. They didn't have any idea that could be causing the problem. A lot of them just thought they needed new glasses.
And then you take this cataract out, and all at once, you can start seeing again.
That's right. Oh, they're amazed. They just can't believe a lot of them will say the colors are so much more vivid because a cataract will give everything kind of a yellowish gray tint.
You know, we had, and I didn't believe that, but we had one of our guests not very long ago who had cataract surgery, and he told me, he said, I didn't realize everything was in Technicolor until I had the cataracts taken out.
Yeah, it's pretty dramatic, and it's fun for us at MU Healthcare to be able to see that change when we take the bandage off the first day, a few hours after surgery, and see that reaction. Like they go, wow. When
You can see right away.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing you wanted to mention today was LASIK?
Right, LASIK surgery.
Now, what's the difference between LASIK surgery and cataract surgery?
Well, they both correct vision nowadays. So in other words, in the past, the only way to get rid of glasses was with LASIK. And now the cataract surgery has become so precise that we can put an artificial lens inside the eye after we take out the cataract and give someone 20/20 vision many times.
So then why would you do LASIK surgery?
Well, if you don't have a cataract or if you're under 40, then it makes sense to have LASIK surgery, I think, because then you can correct just about any error in glasses, from nearsightedness to farsightedness to astigmatism. And then
what if you have all three?
We can correct all of those, right?
With LASIK surgery?
We can.
Now, once you've done the LASIK surgery, and then if you develop a cataract,
right,
can you go back and still do cataract surgery?
We can. We have the technology now at the MU Healthcare to be able to measure the eye and take into account the previous LASIK surgery and calculate the correct lens that they need after cataract surgery and do the same thing. So.
Wow. So this is all brand new, isn't it?
It is. A lot of it is very new. We have the new technology with the bladeless laser cataract surgery now here at MU Healthcare. First time in mid-Missouri it's been offered. And then we also have the tools, the devices, and the computerized equipment to be able to measure the eye. And the neat thing is, after we take out the cataract and right before we put in a new lens, we can calculate and verify that that's the right lens. And it's a machine called the Verify, which is...
So while the person is still undergoing the surgery, which is very quick, correct? You take it out, you take out the old lens, you've got a new lens right there.
Right.
And what if that new lens isn't right? Then what do you do?
Then we take another one off the shelf. And it's correct about 90% of the time. And so this 30-second test where we verify the correct lens, that will tell us if we've taken a lens that's maybe one power too strong or one power too weak, and then we can grab the lens that would be exactly right and put that in.
So how do you get that lens in there?
It's done through a device that I helped invent. It's called a lens injector. And the president of a company came to my operating room and he said, how would you like to put a lens into the eye? What would you design if you could do the perfect system? I said, well, it'd be like a syringe, something cheap and plastic and disposable, but it would have to be spring-loaded so that when you pushed on it, it doesn't suddenly shoot through the eye. So that's been really fun to see that being used.
All right. If people want more information about any of this, they can contact you at Mason Eye Institute at MU Healthcare. What's the phone number?
884-EYES, EYES.
Oh, that's easy to remember.
Yeah,
884-EYES. Okay. Dr. John Jarstad, thank you so much.
Thanks, Paul.
Pleasure having you here.
Thanks for having me.
Tomorrow, we're going to hop on board a very special Boeing 747 with Melanie Kanoki, Sophia. Drop me an email, pepperp@missouri.edu, if there's something you'd like to hear or see. Bye-bye.